Hello, everybody. Welcome to iBUG Buzz. This is episode number 711. My name is Pete Lane. I'll be facilitating our call tonight. Today's date is Monday, November 24th of 2025. It is Thanksgiving week. We're all getting in a festive mood for our Thursday feast. I want to welcome you all to the iBUG Buzz. For those of you who are not aware, the iBUG Buzz is an open forum for folks with questions or issues relating to their iOS devices. We focus predominantly on the voiceover accessibility feature in iOS, and we cover such devices as the iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, Apple TV, and HomePod, and pretty much everything related to iOS, including hardware like braille boards, keyboards, possibly headphones, and associated software, apps, and pretty much anything that connects to iOS. I'd like to thank all of you who are joining us live tonight on our Zoom conference call, as well as to anyone who may be joining us through a recorded podcast. For those of you interested in finding out more about the iBUG organization, you can find it all on our website, and that's ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org. We have all kinds of features on our website, including recorded podcasts of all of our training events. We have multiple events each and every month, 25 of them, about a dozen training events, and as many social events. All of our training events are recorded and are available on the website and on YouTube as a recorded podcast. Coming up on the iBUG calendar this week, we have the iBUG Buzz tonight until 9 p.m. Central Time. Following the Buzz, we will have the iBUG After Buzz. That will be a casual conversation on non-technology topics. Be sure to stay tuned for that program after tonight's Buzz. Tomorrow night, which will be Tuesday, November 25th, we have two events from 5 until 6 Central Time. Will be the iBUG Mini Buzz, where we can talk about anything related to hardware associated with iOS, including all those very popular smart glasses, Meta smart glasses, and the rest. Later tomorrow night, from 7 until 8:30 p.m., we will have Mac and Talk for any and all questions relating to the Mac computer. Nothing on Wednesday. Of course, holidays on Thursday, and we'll be back here Friday night for our Friday at the Virtual Movies. Pre-movie activities begin at 7 Central with Name That Tune, Joke Telling, and Argle Bargle. Movie begins at 8 p.m. Central Time, followed by discussion and trivia. Which movie are we watching tonight, you might ask? Well, we will find that out later this evening at the halfway point, which will be around 8 p.m. Central, where the iBUG guy will join us and share some movie clues with which we can guess what the Friday night feature will be. Nothing this weekend, and then we're back again next Monday night for the iBUG Buzz one more time. So, without further ado, I'd like to get right to our introductions. We do this each and every week where we allow everyone to come off mute. And Julie, if you would allow folks to come off mute, we'd like to ask you to tell us who you are, where you're calling from, and if this happens to be your first iBUG Buzz, or if you're new to iBUG, or if you're new to an iOS device, let us know. I'll get us started. My name again is Pete Lane, and I'm in Florida. Who else is with us?
Susan from Houston.
Hello.
Hi.
Brian from Ontario, and
Welcome,
it's my
Brian.
second meeting.
All right. Yeah.
Mary Alice from Pennsylvania.
Hello, Mary Alice.
Donald from Oklahoma City.
Welcome, Donald.
Helene from Woodstock, New York.
Helene, hello.
Robert from Chandler, Arizona.
Welcome, Robert.
Gary
Sean
in
from
Austin.
Gary? And who else?
This is Sean from Flushing, Queens.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Joe from Ontario, Canada.
Welcome, Joe.
Robert, College Station.
Welcome, Robert.
Randy, North Carolina.
Hello, Randy.
Judy in Connecticut.
Hello, Judy.
Deb from Kansas.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Pete.
Who else was that? Ray?
Ray from Reno, Nevada.
Welcome, Ray.
Thank you.
Ned in Texas.
Hi, Ned.
John in Austin.
Welcome, John.
Betty
Bridget
from
Atlanta.
Welcome all of you, Bridgets. And Patty, welcome to you too. Bridget, you're echoing there. Try and find that mute button again. Welcome, Patty.
Thanks. Boulder, Colorado here.
Boulder, welcome. Wow. Who
Linda
else?
in Tornadic, Houston.
Hello, Tornadic. No kidding. Welcome, Linda. Hello, Jules.
Ed from Georgetown, Ontario.
Welcome, Ed.
Cynthia from Texas.
Welcome, Cynthia.
Dawn from Houston.
Welcome, Dawn.
Jody from New Hampshire.
Jody.
And from St. Louis, Missouri. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Welcome back, Ann. Good to hear you.
Brad in very soggy North Texas.
Wow. Welcome, Brad.
Sandhya in Houston.
Welcome, Sandhya. Okay. If you didn't have the opportunity to say hi on this go-round, we'll be doing it again in about an hour. Let's just go ahead and get started with the main event. If anyone has a question, we're open for the first question of the evening.
This is John.
Yeah, John.
I feel I ought to preface this with what other people sometimes say about it being a dumb question. I guess
no such thing, John.
Thank you. I had in the back of my mind when I got my iPhone that a phone is a phone. And so I assumed that if I'm on the phone, I can't do anything on my iPhone. But I've learned that a tiny bit about it that I can do work with other apps while I'm talking on the phone. Can someone give me a quick tutorial on what kind of apps you can use and what you can't, and what's effective and what's a problem? Thank you.
You just want to multitask while you're actually on a phone call?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly, Pete.
Who can get John going on what kind of apps and how to do it?
Joe?
Go, Joe.
One thing you can't do is use apps that use your microphone when you're on their phone, because you can only do one thing with your microphone at a time. You can't use Siri or any other apps that use your microphone.
Okay.
So you could do stuff like email. You could do your email. You could do anything that doesn't use your microphone.
Text messages, things like that. Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Joe.
Like
anybody else want to add to the mix here?
This is John.
Yeah, John, go ahead.
Can you, for example, have on the screen notes so that you can read something to someone while you're on the phone?
Joe, we'll go back to you on that one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, sure you can. I do it all the time.
Sure can, John.
Okay.
Now, how you do that, now, I'm wondering, Joe, do you know if John, I'll anticipate a question, could John dictate into the Notes app while he's on a call, do you think?
This is Joe?
Yes, Joe.
No, you can't. You're going to have to type.
That requires a microphone. All right.
This is Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
One thing you might want to do if you're trying to use other apps is you're going to want to use AirPods or some other kind of headset because it's really hard to hear voiceover through the iPhone speaker when you're on a phone call. But if you I use AirPods and I can hear my voiceover quite well when I'm on a phone call doing something else. Like one thing I will do, maybe I'm making an appointment, doctor or something like that. I may want to open the calendar app just to double check, when's a good day when they say, hey, is this, you go check your calendar, make sure you don't have something else going on. That's something I tend to do, but yeah.
That's a good one.
This is John.
Yeah, John.
And I assume that would extend to hearing aids because I do all of mine with hearing aids.
This is Brad.
Yes, Brad.
Yes, I use hearing aids when I'm on my iPhone, and yes, they're very helpful with that because yes, as long as I'm not using the speaker in the iPhone, because I'll have a hard time hearing the phone call and voiceover if I'm using the iPhone speaker, but hearing aids will count as a Bluetooth headset, sort of, kind of, because they don't have a microphone. I'm using the microphone in the phone, at least on mine I do.
Right.
But yeah, that'll work.
Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
Hey, first, before I ask my question, I'm John. What model iPhone do you have?
SE 2020?
Yeah, SE.
Okay.
20.
The reason why I asked that question, which means, so you do have the home button.
Yes.
So that means when you're on a phone call, you can just do a one press on the home button. That will clear the phone call from the screen and you can access other apps after you do that. So that's the way you can get to the other apps. I just wanted to make sure you knew how to clear the phone screen to get to any other app you wanted to access.
Oh, that's great.
John, I've got a special treat for you coming up in the iBUG Byte a little bit later. It happens to be on the topic of switching from app to app, going back to previous apps that you have used. So that will probably help you in your navigation when you're on a phone call, how you can get to other apps depending on which ones you want to use and multitask while you're on the call.
This
So
is
good
John.
question.
Perfect. Thank you, Pete.
You're welcome, John. Good question.
And
Thanks,
everyone
Randy.
else.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Joe. All right. Who's got a fresh question for us?
Bridget, I have a lot, but I'll start with one.
That's a good start, Bridget. What do you got for us?
Okay, on the 15, why is the card feel like cloth?
The iPhone 15?
Yes, not the block, but the wire, the cord that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it has a funny texture.
Right. Who wants to handle that one? Who's got a quick answer for Bridget? The cloth-covered charging cable, right? The charging cord?
This is Brad.
Sure, Brad, go for it.
I don't really understand the question. It's the newer cables are covered with a, I can't remember what they call it, but yeah, it's like a cloth-covered material instead of rubber. But there's really, other than that, there's no difference. It's just what they cover the cable with.
I think they call it braided.
Yeah, braided. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. They're supposed to last and be more durable, Bridget, so they last longer. They don't crimp up as much as the old rubber ones.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the question. Thank you, Bradford.
This is John.
Yes, John.
I'm wondering if Apple is doing some kind of promotion because I purchased content from Apple TV, which was formerly known as iTunes. And when I spent a minimum of $25 Canadian, anyway, they offered me a free month trial of Apple Music. So I'm wondering if that's also going on in the United States and if any of you have taken advantage of that, just as I have. Yeah, so I spent a minimum of $25 Canadian, and I qualified to receive 1 free month of Apple Music.
Apple Music, nice. I would not be a bit surprised if you're getting some deals now because we are moving towards Black Friday and all kinds of deals are coming down the line, including Apple. But has anybody seen that specifically?
This is Joe.
Yes, Joe.
I've seen this. I didn't really take advantage of it until last month, but I've been putting money on my account for several months, and I didn't take advantage of the account back then, so it's not Black Friday.
Oh, okay.
And then I finally did, and now I'm not seeing it.
Okay. All right. Anybody in the States seeing similar?
This is Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
I often use Apple gift cards to fund my account just because I can get them at Costco and save the 20%. That's great. And every time I add it, it's a free month of Apple TV or of the News Plus, or it's a different thing every time around. So but you get it constantly if you're constantly re-adding that way.
Yep. Cool. All right. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Joe.
Randy.
John? Yeah, Randy.
I just want to add, when I got my iPhone 17 about 3 weeks ago now, whenever I go into settings, right below my Apple ID, gives me something that says services too, and then it gives me like 3 months free of Apple Music if I want, or of the Apple Fitness. And you have so many days from the date of the purchase in order to get that deal, but I haven't signed up for any one of those yet. But that's typical when you purchase a new Apple product.
Right. For a brand new phone, certainly. It's the least they can do, right?
Exactly.
Well, there you go, John. There's all kinds of deals out there.
Robert?
Yes, Robert.
Are we allowed to ask Apple TV questions on this buzz?
Yes, we are.
All right. The correct answer to this question may well save my marriage. So,
no pressure,
no
guys.
pressure, no pressure. So I'm wondering if Apple has done a recent update or something to Apple TV, but for the last day or so, the Apple TVs in the house have started begging us, pleading with us, crying to us to sign in to the Apple TV with our Apple account. And it says we can sign in. All we need to do is get a code off of one of our other devices. But so far, we've been able to find no code on any other device. Does anybody know what this is all about?
Interesting. Can anybody help Robert's marriage or his sanity? Seems like that would affect more than one thing.
This is Sean.
Yes, Sean.
I can't answer his question, but a piece of advice: your spouse is always right. Nice and easy.
Okay.
Well,
Not only do we provide iOS answers, but marital advice.
My spouse says the Apple TV is messed up and it's probably my fault.
She's always right, Robert.
She's always right. I know.
Has anybody seen this? Sign in with a special code.
So this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
So I'm assuming, because I've done the regular sign in with Apple where, you sign in on one device and you get pop-ups on all your other devices and it's asking you, gives you a verification code, with an OK button, so you're not seeing that at all?
I haven't found it yet. I'm going to have to dig into it tomorrow because it's interrupting Vicky's ability to watch TV, and it just started like a day or two ago, and it's just popping up all the time. I don't know what changed.
And you were previously signed in to your Apple TV?
Yeah, I was signed in. She wasn't. I have a feeling they did some sort of update, and they're wanting everybody who has an iCloud account connected on the network to sign in to Apple TV, but I don't know that for sure. Something like that seems to be going on.
Right.
Okay.
But are you familiar with the type of pop-ups I'm talking about? With the two-step verification, like on your phone, when you hit the sign-in button on an Apple device, you should get a pop-up on your phone right away saying, okay, click here to, and then you get another button, and then it displays the code. So that's what you should be seeing on your phone, for instance, whenever you sign in on another Apple device. I can't speak directly to Apple TV, but I'm definitely familiar with the two-step verification process that Apple does.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that also. This is Robert.
Yes, sir.
And that's what's odd about it so far. Like I said, I'll dig into it more. We won't take up any more time with this, but it's odd that it says there should be a pop-up or a code on my other device, but so far nothing has actually appeared on the other device. So.
Okay.
And have you tried going, and this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie, go ahead.
And you've tried going, hitting the back button and then signing in again?
Yep. And one time it told me there's no internet, which wasn't true because we were connected to the internet. Anyway, never mind.
This Marie.
Thanks, y'all.
Go ahead, Marie.
This Marie. Robert, I would absolutely call Apple Accessibility and ask them, because if you've been signed in on this device before, that two-factor authentication is usually only on brand new devices on the account, and that's not the case. So I'd call Apple Accessibility and ask them what's going on.
This is John.
Yes, John.
Just to add to what Marie says, so what I do when it comes to Apple TV, because I still have to give them my feedback about this, but because with Apple TV, it's one of the devices where you can't share your screen or your audio necessarily. What I do is I'll share my touch screen device, like my iPhone or my iPad, and then I'll open up the camera and point the rear camera at the TV screen so that they can see the screen of the Apple TV unit, and so they can kind of walk me through the same idea if it's like my iPhone or my iPad.
Before you give them a call, yeah.
This is Sean.
Yeah. Yes, Sean.
This is a serious answer this time because it just occurred to me. A while back, I had a neighbor who was piggybacking on my Wi-Fi. Every now and then, he'd try to cast to my Apple TV instead of his own. And when he did that, I'd get a message on my Apple TV that I needed to enter a code. I wonder if he's in a similar situation.
Ooh.
Any neighbors sharing Wi-Fi, Robert?
Or are you in an apartment building that your person's right below you or right above you or whatever?
Yeah. Let's identify ourselves,
This is
guys.
Donald.
Sorry.
Robert,
No,
anybody
I'm
sharing
not.
Wi-Fi or possibility?
I don't think so. I'm in a single family
Mm-hmm.
dwelling,
Okay.
and my network's pretty secured. So
Okay.
I
Well,
don't think that's likely to
food
be.
for thought anyway. What do you have, Donald? Go ahead, Donald.
I had that problem too, but I was able to figure it out. I just entered in the code and that was it. But I used to have that problem too with the Apple TV. So it's kind of an issue. I don't know what's up
Okay.
with that or.
All right. Well, thank you, Donald. Appreciate it, Sean. Donald, thanks
This
everybody.
is Herbie, real quick.
Yes, Herbie, real quick.
Something to keep in mind too, but because the issue is not so much with the TV, it's the Apple not sending the code for whatever reason. I don't know if this is a factor or not, but there's definitely been some cloud services outages lately, like Cloudflare. So I don't know if that's affecting any Apple's ability to, but something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. Okay.
This is Robert.
This is Ed.
Yes, Robert. And then we'll close the topic. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Robert.
I just want to thank you all for your comments and your help. I'll dig into it, get to the bottom of it, and report back next week or something.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Please do. All right. Ed, do you have a new topic for us?
No, I was just going to suggest maybe what's the phone number for the contact that you have on your Apple TV? Is if it's a landline or something that you're not checking, maybe that's the issue.
To which the code was sent, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could
The
be.
Apple TV has to have a contact phone number, right?
Yeah, it's my iPhone phone number.
No, okay.
Yeah. All right. That closes that topic. Good question, Robert. Good luck to you. Thanks, everybody. All right. We need a fresh topic. Who's got a good, fresh question for us?
Bridget.
Yes, Bridget. Go right ahead.
Okay, on my phone, I have a 12, had a 12, and I would go to Dropbox to get my lessons that was sent to me. But now I was thrown a 15 in my lap, and when I go to Dropbox, it's hard to get to my lessons. Because I used to could go left to rewind, forward, or whatever, but now it seems like I can't do that on this 15. Should it be different, any different?
Okay. You're going to the same, you're saying lessons? Are these training lessons of some kind?
Yes.
Okay. And they're the same as you did on your 12. You just can't, you have different controls and all that on the 15, though. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Anybody aware of different interface or different player settings on the iPhone 15?
Oh, this is John.
Go ahead, John.
So I can't speak to Dropbox, but I'm wondering if it's something even as simple as maybe if her new device, the screen orientation isn't locked. So then if, let's say, the orientation is different on the other device, maybe it's recognizing one in landscape and the other one in portrait mode. So when she's swiping, it's just going the wrong direction.
Good question. Bridget, is your screen shifting sideways and then right and left and switching around like that on the new phone?
Well, not on this 15. I'm just trying to learn how it was thrown in my lap a couple of days ago and with no help. So I'm not sure. It's just coming up different things, not like on my 12.
What John was talking about, Bridget, is the orientation, because you got two orientations. One is landscape and another one is portrait. Portrait is when you're holding your phone up and down like you normally would. You're holding it in your hand and, the long ways up and down. But sometimes if you don't lock that in place, when you turn your phone to the right or left, the orientation will slide to the right or left, and all of a sudden you'll be looking at it sideways. So John was just thinking maybe that's different, and that might make your Dropbox look a little bit different. You think that might be happening?
I don't know, because I had it sitting on the table.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we can
Okay,
tell you how
thanks
to
for
lock your
that.
orientation. You see if that's the case, and if so, then we can find out how to lock your orientation. That's pretty easy to fix. But otherwise, the Dropbox, the fast forward and the play and all those buttons should not change just because you're on the 15 instead of the 12.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Randy.
Yes, Randy.
Hey, Bridget, I was going to ask you, is that the only app you're having trouble with any sort of playback controls?
I can't answer because I just got this phone a couple of days ago, just thrown in my lap, so I don't really know what's going on.
Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
Bridget, are you interacting successfully with ever one or two apps you've had time to use since you've gotten the phone?
Yes. Okay. Yes, Bard Mobile.
Right.
And I downloaded a app.
Right.
Okay.
You're still using your mail app and messages and all them, and they're doing okay?
Yes, my mail, yes.
Yeah.
Just narrows it down.
Yep. Well, Bridget, we wish you luck. See if you can maybe find somebody to give you a hand with it and maybe help you get it straight. Otherwise, we're here next week, too.
Okay, thank you.
You know where to find us.
Right.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Randy. Who's got a fresh question for us?
This is Betty.
Hi, Betty. Yes. What do you have for us?
Well, this is a bit of an offshoot of something that was previously asked about when you get a newer device, there are certain free things that they offer. And I didn't take advantage of them because I wasn't sure if you did and the time period ended, whether they would just start charging you for them somewhere or they would just cease operating. I was wondering if someone has an answer to that.
Who can brief Betty on how subscriptions work and free trials?
Go ahead, Murray.
Robert?
I think we had Robert first and then Brian and then Marie. Robert, you want to go first? Go right ahead,
Yes.
sir.
When you subscribe to a trial that they offer you, it says that the charge that is normally for that subscription will automatically start when the trial period ends unless you terminate the trial 24 hours before that expiration time. That's in their disclosure when you sign up for it, if you listen down for it.
Okay. Let's go to Marie, then we'll go to Brian. We'll go ladies first. Brian, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Marie. Robert gave her the correct answer,
Right.
so that's exactly what I would have said. So
Brian, ditto there with you? Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Betty, be careful with that. But now my question to all of you is: do they notify you when the free trial is due to expire? Randy.
No, typically they don't. But what you want to do is when you start, you kind of want to make a mental note of what the free trial time period is. And then just go, then if you want to cancel before it's going to start billing at the end of free trial, you need to go to settings and the Apple ID and then subscription. And you'll see the subscriptions that you have currently subscribed to listed there. And then you just want to cancel that one that's going to start billing you.
And I think you can do that anytime, right? You don't have to wait till the very last
minute.
No,
you can do that anytime.
Now, what he's specifically talking about, Betty, you go into your settings app, and right below once you open settings is your Apple ID and your name. You'll hear it say Betty, and then the Apple ID, iCloud, and all kinds of stuff. And if you tap on that, one of the items in there is subscriptions. And if you go in there and flick around, you'll see all of the subscriptions, including free trials. And that's where you can turn it off before it starts charging you.
This is Joe.
Good question. Joe?
Yeah, I was just going to say you can get to that from the App Store as well. Once you go into your account, there's tabs on the bottom, and I like to do it from subscription because it's easier to get to than I think it is anyway.
Okay. All right.
It's
Who
Marie.
else? Marie, go ahead.
Yeah, you don't have to wait either. You can do that right shortly after you subscribe to something.
Yep.
You can go ahead and cancel, and it'll tell you it's not going to cancel it until the end of that
Until the
trial
end
period.
of that trial period.
So
Exactly.
then you're safe.
Yeah.
This is Jody.
Yeah, Jody.
It seems to me I got a free Apple TV way back, and it's been a while, but it seems to me I was actually able to cancel it from within the app itself if you go to settings. In the app, go to settings and go to about or whatever. It seems to me you could cancel it there. So I guess you have choices.
You got all kinds of choices, Betty.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
was completely in the dark there.
All right.
Thank you.
If in doubt, we're here every Monday. Just like Bridget, you can come back and we're here. Just like a bad penny.
Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Who's got a fresh question for us?
This is John with an update.
Okay, John, go for it.
So take this with a grain of salt because it was Google Gemini, but Google Gemini said that in more recently with Dropbox, the web, so again, web interface, so you'd have to compare web interface versus Dropbox as in the app. Google Gemini claims, air quotes, that they changed the media interface so that buttons like skip and full screen have been moved to the bottom. So I don't know if that would affect Bridget's situation, but I just thought I'd note that because I just tried to look it up.
Skip and full screen. That does not sound familiar in the Dropbox app because I have Dropbox.
Yeah, I don't know. Again.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
This is Cindy.
Go ahead, Cindy. Go. What do you got for us, man?
Well, let's see. I have two real quick and I'm easy, I think. But
let's go with one, please.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I'll ask the other one later.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You'll have time.
Okay. On the subscription, if you don't have your proper Visa number in the phone, will it give you a 30-day free trial without that?
Who can help Cindy with that one? Probably depends on how you got it. You may have had to use that Visa card to purchase something that would then entitle you to a free trial for something else. Often these free trials come with a purchase. Like, who was it? Who said, was it Randy? You said you got a 17, Randy? And you got a free Apple Music. Yeah, Apple Music subscription because and I'm sure he used his credit card to purchase the phone. At least I'm guessing. So, but anyone else want to hazard a guess on Cindy's question?
This Marie.
Have to have yeah, Marie.
It's my. I believe I've done subscriptions, and I believe whenever you subscribe, it's using whatever credit card you have already set up on your Apple account.
Yeah.
I don't have a.
Go ahead.
Wait, Sean. Go ahead.
I don't have my proper credit card put in because I changed it. But the only thing I've given my credit card for is an Amazon order. That's it.
For an Amazon order.
She's going to have.
You might get a free Amazon Music trial with that, and it seems to me Amazon would probably need a card. Well, I don't know if you used a good card to charge, the original charge on. I think you're good to go. All right, Sean was up next. What do you got, Sean?
Like I mentioned earlier, I tend to fund my Apple account via gift cards. I don't have a credit card on my account, and I do have access to any subscriptions that come up.
Okay.
So I can make access to free subscriptions, etc. So
good.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, goody. Thank you.
All right. Did I hear someone else with a thought?
Richard.
Yeah, Richard, what do you got?
Usually when it comes to cards, they're wanting to have a card. Yes, I went through that problem. I got a card, and then obviously the new year's changed, so they send out new cards. With me, they sent out a new card, and I had to change everything, and the number wasn't correct. It won't take it. And if it's an old card, they won't take it because it's no longer connected to the account. So my understanding is, yes, they would have to have a valid card that is connected to the account to make payments, or they don't accept it.
Yeah, well, she's wondering about exercising a new free trial. So
That,
she charged something to Amazon, and now she's got a free Amazon Music free trial, and she wants to know if she needs to have that same card on file
yes.
to take
This
advantage of
is
the free trial.
Terry.
Richard, you done?
I was going to say yes, it would still go the same way. That card will still, once the free trial's over, it will just connect to that card.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she doesn't want it, then just cancel. And if you have free trials before, you can't go back and get another free trial because usually they only do that a one-time deal. So if you had the app, you used up the free trial, you try to resubscribe, you no longer get a free trial.
Okay. Terry, what do you have?
Sometimes if within a year, if you happen to have to switch your card because let's say it was compromised and so you got a new card number, sometimes what has happened for me is that the the company will in renewing and thus charging you for whatever it was, if it was a year later or 3 months later or whatever it is, they'll attempt to charge the card that you originally used for the purchase, and from which you got the free trial. And of course, if it's not a valid card, they will notify you that, yes, we tried to charge this card and it didn't work. So please contact us so that we can, you know, give us the updated card information, or you can sometimes put that information in your in the Apple account that was mentioned a few minutes ago as well. So it just depends. And it also depends on, you know, if you're using a credit card, a debit card, what's your, I mean, people's financial circumstances can be different. So
Of course.
you really need to check. If you have any questions, check with the company that you're dealing with regarding this free offer and how you
There you
should
go.
continue with it going forward. That would be my advice.
Good advice. Okay, Terry, thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. All right, we're shopping for a fresh topic. Who's got a good question, new question for us?
Val.
Yeah, Val.
Okay, so I was trying to use the send later message feature earlier, but I was trying to message an Android user, and I'm wondering, I don't remember, I know Randy did a demo on it. Are you able to use the send later feature in messages to non-iPhone users?
Great question. Randy, you there?
Yeah, Randy.
Yes.
Yes, what you have to do right now is you're going to need to go the shortcut. It's an Apple shortcut that allows you to, I can't remember where it is, under information. You have to go through there and put in the use the contact that has a non-iPhone account. I didn't go through it because it would have taken, it takes a while. There's more steps to it than doing the send later right from messages when you're going from iMessage to iMessage.
You don't, this is Pete. Randy, you don't think it will work just if you're connecting via RCS with that Android user? Wouldn't that
Randy,
bring...
I have not tried that. I know I was working on that when I was doing the presentation. I tried to send it to somebody I know that has an Android. I don't know whether they had whether theirs was set up with RCS or not. I'll look into that.
Okay.
This is Joe.
Yes, Joe.
I talked to my sister. She has an Android, and I have our turned on, so I can send her the various reactions and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're wondering specifically about the send later with a delayed send.
Oh, delayed send? I don't know about that.
Anyone else?
You can try it out.
Yeah. Val, have you tried it and it did or did not work? Did not work, I assume.
This is Val.
Yes.
I couldn't find it when I hit the apps button. It didn't give me the send later
Didn't even appear on the screen.
No, I think I do remember seeing a shortcut up there though, so I guess I would tap on that.
Randy,
Yes, Randy.
two things. Yes, if you don't see send later underneath on that apps button in messages, that means the contact that you're trying to send that message to. And now that I've thought about since the last time question ago, is RCS came out the same time with iOS 18, I believe. And when I was reading and going through the requirements for send later to work, it did not say anything about RCS compatibility with it. But I'll check into it.
Okay. And Val, remember you first have to tap on the apps button, so you be sure you do that. That opens up all those other features, the camera and the audio recording feature and the send later feature. You know what I'm talking about, Valencia?
Yes, this is Val.
Good.
Yes,
Okay.
I did that. But
Good.
thank you.
Just wanted to be sure. All right. Well, thank you, Randy. And Joe, thank you. Okay.
This is Terry.
Yes, Terry.
I don't know that I recall RCS stands for what, and I know it's RCS and is it SMS for Apple to Apple users?
Who can enlighten Terry on RCS?
I get all this stuff confused.
Right. Who can help Terry what RCS stands for and what protocol it is in connection in relation to Apple and standard messaging?
And even SMS. Yeah. What does that stand for?
This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
Basically, SMS, I won't go into what they actually stand for, but just the difference is SMS is what the old texting protocol, it's been around for years, predating iMessage and all that. It's what your carrier uses to send text messages to any other cell phone.
Standard messaging, probably, yeah.
Yep, standard messaging. RCS is Google's answer to iMessage.
Right.
It still uses the cell network, but it has a little bit more support for some extra things. You can now send audio messages via audio message. You can react to somebody's message. So it's basically RCS is Google's answer to iMessage.
This is Terry.
Yes, Terry.
I guess what I'm wanting to know is their acronyms for something, and that's what I wanted to know. And also, I'm hearing some interference in your
that's Herbie's microphone. Right?
Mike, Herbie, yeah. In case you weren't aware of that.
This is John.
Yes, John.
So if I have this right, I believe SMS is so. To answer your question, Terry, more accurately, these are more initialisms because the word she said. So what
acronym?
She was asking, acronym, yes. So acronym is spells out a word, whereas initialisms are like the abbreviations for each. So SMS, I believe, is short message service.
That's an acronym.
Let's not be worried about semantics, guys. What's does it stand for? How's that? What does it stand for?
Yes, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, this is John.
Yes, John.
So SMS, short message service. MMS, multimedia service.
MMS, right?
RCS, rich communication service.
There you go.
And iMessage is self-explanatory.
There you go. All right.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you.
Good job. All right, let's get back to iOS. Who's got a fresh iOS question?
Dawn from Houston.
Hello, Dawn. What do you have for us?
I'd like to know, after using my earbuds and I turn Bluetooth off to use my phone, it will not go back onto speakerphone. Am I doing something wrong, or it won't get to speakerphone?
Who can help Dawn get her speakerphone cranked up after she turned off Bluetooth? Okay, guys, somebody who has not answered a question before, maybe. Let's see if we've got some fresh answers out there. Who wants to jump in on this one? I guess we're coming up empty. Terry, your shot. Go ahead.
There is in settings, there is a setting that you need to make sure you have turned on, and unfortunately I can't tell you right where that is, but I'd be happy to look it up, and to make sure that you can transfer between your speaker and your earphone, or even if you put the phone up to your head, it should transfer to your ear if you have it set to do that. So you want to make sure of how that feature is set up in settings, and I can look that up for you.
That would be great, Terry, if
This
you
is
don't
Jody.
mind. Yeah, Jody.
Another thing you can do is if you put your hand over the top of the phone and move your hand away, it might activate the speaker using the
Right.
proximity sensor. But the other thing that you can do is on the keypad under the pound sign, under the number 9, there's a button to the right of the end button, and it says hide keypad. And if you tap on that, that will bring you to an alternate keypad. And one of the choices there is your sound source. So it will say, speaker. You can tap on that and you can alternate between speaker or phone or your earbuds or whatever and switch there.
All right, Jody, let's focus on that one and maybe walk through that one a little bit more slowly for Dawn. Dawn, this is on your on-screen keyboard. Go ahead, Jody.
Okay, so
when
you've got the keypad up, when you're talking on the phone, you see the numbers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the numbers. And then in the middle of the screen at the bottom, it will say end call. To the right of the end call button, there's a hide keypad button. And if you tap on that, that will take you to another keypad or another page. And on that page, you have 6 buttons. And I think it's the one in the upper left-hand corner that's your audio source. And if you tap on that, it will give you the choices of whether you can go speaker or phone or your Bluetooth.
Okay. Does that make
Thank
sense,
you, Jody.
Dawn? Yeah.
Sure, Dawn.
Yes, thank you, Jody.
Great. Thanks, Jody. Thank you, Terry.
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody.
I think you can also do it from the control center, but I'm not sure. I know that's what you can do for other sources.
Okay. All right. You can play around in your control center, Dawn. Maybe you'll find something.
Yeah, but best to do it from the keypad when you're actually on the phone call.
Cool. Thank you, Jody.
Robert, with one final comment?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
So if I heard you right, Dawn, I think you said you turned Bluetooth off. And typically, while you can turn it off, typically we don't turn Bluetooth off just to switch between a Bluetooth earpiece and the phone speaker. So I'm kind of wondering if things get a little out of sync if you're actually physically turning Bluetooth off.
Mm-hmm. What would the proper way to do it be, Robert, for Dawn?
Well, Dawn, if you don't mind, tell me one more time, what were you trying to accomplish?
This is Dawn.
Yes, Dawn.
Yes, I was just trying to, if I want to charge my earbuds or something like that, and then I have to, talk on the phone or make a call, I just wanted it on speakerphone because my volume is so low. So it's better for me to talk on speakerphone. And I have an iPhone 8, so I don't know if that has something to do with it.
So you just wanted to charge your AirPods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert, thoughts?
Are they if they are AirPods that you're using, when you put them in the case to charge them, they will not should not stay connected to your phone. It should go back to the
Right.
speaker automatically when you put the AirPods
Mhm.
in their case
Are
to
they
charge.
Apple AirPods, Don?
No.
They don't, okay. That probably would be the case even if they're not Apple, though. I would think. Do they have a case that you put them in to charge them?
Yes.
Yeah, try next time, just try putting them in the case, closing the case, and go ahead and plug it in if you're going to charge it. And that will probably, I would guess, disconnect them so you wouldn't have to worry about turning off Bluetooth.
Okay.
Just a thought. Good
Okay,
point,
thank you,
Robert.
guys.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we've got a few minutes. Who's got a fresh question?
This is John.
Yes, John.
This is a follow-up question. I wanted other people to get the questions in to what we were talking about, Pete.
Okay.
And that was, if you're, how do you independently turn up and down the voice over so you can make it louder over the content or cut it down under the content?
Say if you're listening to music, you want the voiceover to become louder as it relates to the music, louder than the music.
That or what Brad
Independent of the
was
music.
suggesting, the making an appointment.
Okay. All right. Who can help John with that one? How can you adjust the voiceover volume independent of any other sound or audio coming through the phone?
This is Joe.
Go, Joe.
First of all, you need to have volume in your rotor. And once you have volume in your rotor, you can use that to turn down your voiceover, turn it up or down. So that I like to turn it down so I can hear what the other person is saying better.
Like on a phone call.
Like on a phone call, because especially with headphones, it does help, or whatever your pods. If I will turn my rotor to volume, and then I'll swipe down to lower the volume, so that I can
So
hear
you're saying
voice.
that the rotor volume adjusts just the voiceover volume.
Yes.
Okay. John, you familiar with the rotor?
I am, and that's
Good.
an excellent answer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
go into settings and go to accessibility, go to voiceover, and then toward the bottom of that voiceover settings screen, you'll find rotor. And as soon as you tap on rotor, the second item is rotor items. And that's where you see a whole list, a laundry list of items that you can or you can choose to include or not include in your list of rotor items activated by your rotor. And if you go to volume, just tap on that, it will activate it. It will add it to your rotor, and then you can adjust it by flicking your rotor to volume and then flicking up or down with one finger to raise or lower the voiceover volume, independent of any other media.
This is Terry.
Yeah, Terry.
What I usually do if I don't want to have hear voiceover while I'm on a call or something is I'll just turn speech off. So I do a 3-finger double tap to turn voiceover off. Or turn the speech off. I'm sorry. It doesn't actually turn voiceover off, but it turns the speech off. And then when I'm done with the phone call, I'll use the 3-finger double tap to turn speech back on. Then I don't have to keep adjusting things.
And that will work if you want to lower the volume or turn off the voiceover speech. Now, if you want to raise the volume, you need to go to that rotor item. Yes, John.
This is Deb.
Oh, go ahead, Deb.
So I understood John to be wanting to multitask on his phone while he's on a phone call. So you wouldn't want to turn off the speech probably, because that would turn off your voiceover.
Right.
But the one thing that I would caution you on, John, is after you adjust your speech, the volume of your speech to get it to the level you want, then use your fingers and flick that rotor one more time and get the focus off of that, because it is possible to inadvertently turn the volume clear down to where you can't hear voiceover at all with that rotor. if you leave the focus on that
Good
volume.
point. You could
So
accidentally,
just
yeah.
switch it to characters or words or whatever, just somewhere off of that volume after you're done adjusting it. That was all.
Good point, Chad. Thank you.
Randy.
Yeah,
This is
Randy.
John,
Last point.
Pete, I just wanted to add on to one thing you said. So, John, when you do go into settings and accessibility and voiceover and rotor, and then rotor items, like Pete said, when you find the volume, you'll know that it's when you have it enabled, because when you double tap, it'll say selected. If it, whatever items are in that list that don't say selected, that means they are not included in your rotor. But anything that you hear to be selected, and you just want to make sure that if you can add the volume to your rotor when you finish with that area, just make sure it says selected with volume. That's all.
Good point, Randy.
This is
Joe,
Herbie.
you had something? Who was that?
Herbie.
Herbie, sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Just a different idea. First of all, the rotor volume is definitely, that'll let you turn voiceover up. But I would also include audio ducking, because that will let you, it won't raise the voiceover volume, but what it will do is lower the volume of everything else that's going on your phone.
Good point.
And also what's nice too is we now also have the audio ducking volume, so you can adjust the level of the other thing to whatever you want. I would make use of audio ducking as well. Don't forget, you can also do that in the quick settings. And the advantage with the quick settings, which is the two-finger quadruple tap, is you're not going to accidentally, you adjust the settings in there, and then you're not going to accidentally adjust it while doing a swipe gesture on your phone in general. So just
always
keep that in
selling
mind.
those quick settings, aren't you?
Yep.
It's a good point. John, you familiar with voiceover ducking?
I am.
Good.
Thank you.
Well,
And
there you
I
got some things
appreciate
to go
all
with.
those suggestions.
Those
You
were
said
good
that's
suggestions. You're
Thank
certainly
you.
welcome. I think we're getting close enough to the top of the hour. Let's, for those of you who have not had an opportunity to introduce yourself, why don't you tell us who you are, where you're calling from, before we move into our halftime activities. Who'd like to say hi?
Terry from Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Welcome, Terry.
Angelo in Ottawa.
Angelo, welcome.
Kathy from Tulsa.
Hey, Kathy, welcome.
This is Herbie in Houston.
Herbie, welcome.
Valencia in Maryland.
Valencia.
Paul in Columbus.
Hey, Paul.
Sri from Virginia.
Hey, Sri, welcome. My Siri just triggered when I said Sri. Hello, Pat. Welcome.
Thank you.
Who else?
Cindy from Alaska.
Welcome, Cindy.
Rosetta Stone from Carnegie, Georgia.
Dale from Cleveland, Ohio.
Welcome back, Dale.
Did you get Cindy from Chicago?
Did not. Hello, Cindy. Welcome. All right. Anyone else? Last call. Okay. Welcome to everyone. And we are at the halfway point in our iBUG Buzz. And with that, I would like to welcome in to give us the clues to find out what our movie will be this Friday night. The movie night begins, the pre-movie activities will begin at 7 p.m. Central on Friday night. And yes, we will be here with movie night, even though it is Thanksgiving week. Reminds me, by the way, that I have not covered the upcoming events for this week. Tomorrow afternoon, which will be Tuesday from 5 until 6 Central Time, we have the iBUG Mini Buzz. Any and all questions you might have on hardware, including Meta smart glasses and any other smart glasses, other hardware that will attach to your iOS devices. And then later tomorrow night, from 7 until 8:30, will be Mac and Talk for anyone with a question about a Mac, anything to do with a Mac, whether I should get a Mac, what will I get, what kind of Mac do I need, how do I operate my Mac, and that will be from 7 until 8:30 tomorrow night, Tuesday night, same Zoom channel. And then again, we're off on Wednesday. Of course, Thursday is our holiday, and we wish you all a safe and healthy and festive Thanksgiving. And then we're back with movie night. Pre-movie activities begin at 7 Central. We will have Argle Bargle and music fun, name that tune, a little bit of joke telling. And then at 8 o'clock will be our feature movie. And we are about to find out what that movie is going to be with the specific clues and the fun activities coming up, courtesy of our iBUG guy. iBUG dude, are you here with us tonight?
Yes, yes, yes! Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! We are all set for Thanksgiving, but before we get to Thanksgiving, we've got to figure out what the movie's going to be the day after Thanksgiving. So we have got some clues to help you with that. But first, we have a little fun fact. One of the favorite foods on Thanksgiving is the turkey. So what I want to know, does anyone have any idea what the heaviest turkey on record is? What's the weight of the heaviest turkey on record? Just
40 pounds.
40 pounds. Okay. Anybody else?
77 pounds.
All right. Anybody else? Just throw out a number. It's higher than any number that's been out there so far.
125 pounds.
All right. You got it bracketed now. All right. So the heaviest. Okay. And this is the dressed weight. Dressed means after it's been cleaned and gutted and all that and, put in the bag, ready to sell. A Tyson turkey, which was raised by Leocroft Turkeys Limited in the UK. It came in at a dressed weight of 86 pounds.
Oh,
39.1 kilograms for our Canadian friends. Just in case you wanted to know, they didn't actually weigh it prior to dressing it, but there's estimates that you can use. Most turkeys dress out at about 77 to 81% of their live weight, they call it. And so if we were just, for example, to use 80% of that 86 pounds, that would come out to 107.5 pounds for the live weight of the turkey. Big old turkey. Whew. Outweighs some of you guys. Well, no, I've seen you guys eat, way more than that. Okay. With that, we are about to enter into
Yeah. Rather expensive today.
Okay. Try to get rid of some weight before I start my encounter with turkey this Thursday. All right. We've got some clues, 5 clues, 1 guess per clue. You can stay unmuted and you must say your name, wait to be acknowledged before guessing the title of the movie. And certain people are ineligible if you've won in the last 3 weeks, or if you've if you've guessed the title, if you guessed been a winner in the last 3 weeks, or if you are one of our favorite mentors or facilitators, you are not eligible, or you're in the bullpen until we call you out. So with that, let's get into clue number 1. Our film this week, oh my goodness, we are back there again in the Big Apple. For the most part, anyway. Back to the Big Apple. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm not hearing anything. How many people we got online right now? Let's see. Oh, my goodness, 60. Man, there's got to be somebody out there that has some ideas to throw out. Okay, let's move on. Clue number 2. We see the main character searching for his biological father. The main character is searching for his biological father.
This is D.
D.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Ooh, D wants to know who's your daddy. Anybody know who's your daddy? Okay, D.
I go in the
Good try, D.
cellar, right?
Oh.
Elf.
Ooh, he's looking for that holiday spirit.
A little early, though.
Elf. Ooh, I think I remember he did leave the North Pole to go to New York City to look for his father. So, ding, 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 ding. Yes.
Answer.
Wow.
Oh, wow. 2 clues in.
It
Very
helps that my
good, very
daughter.
good.
It helps that my granddaughter was in a play called Junior Elf this weekend.
Okay, very
Fresh on your
good.
mind, huh?
My God.
So, yes, we will be watching that classic from 2003, Elf, rated PG. It's about an hour and 37 minutes. Of course, it's a holiday comedy, romance kind of thing, starring Will Ferrell, James Caan, and the late, great Bob Newhart. A lot of good ones in there. Should be a good time. And let's see, we've got to give our winner tonight something. Oh, okay. Well, if you're familiar with the film, what's his name? Buddy is his name. After he grows up and becomes an adult elf, Santa says it's okay for him to go look for his birth father, and he presents him with a snow globe of New York City. And so we were able to get a hold of that snow globe for Mr. Paul. Way to go, Paul. Congratulations.
All right.
So with that, we will hope to see everyone this Friday for the holiday classic Elf. And I think that's it for me. Man, that was quick.
That was quick.
2 clues.
Ah, good job, Paul.
Very good, Paul. Very good.
Thank you.
And I shall return on another day.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
I meant to tell you about one more thing, so hang in there just a second or two.
No.
Oh, sounds a little suspicious to me.
Sounds like Sandhya is suspicious.
Yeah.
I know.
I hope it's the turkey song, my favorite.
Yes!
Yay!
It's Thanksgiving Day and
we're gathered round, little children
Terry,
make a
sing.
joyful
Come on,
sound.
Terry,
And
this is your
there's no
cue.
school and we get to play, and we're all thankful for this day, except for the turkey. La 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 la. Except for the turkey. There's a wreath of leaves on the front door, and we all say what we're thankful for. There's such good food and there's such great fun, and there's such big smiles on everyone, except for the turkey. La 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 la. Except for the turkey. We all join hands and sing this song with happy hearts and a love that's strong. We bow our heads, then we have our feast. It's a lovely day to say the least, except for the turkey. La 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 la.
At least it wasn't the
All
hamster
right,
dance.
we're going to cut it off after 3 verses there. There's 2 more to go, but we played the whole song Saturday. If you weren't here Saturday, sorry.
Could have been worse.
Why I didn't come Saturday.
Worse, you could have played the hamster dance. Then we would
You cannot escape.
All right. Well, I shall see you. Everybody have a great,
thank you.
safe
Happy
Thanksgiving, Michael.
Even the turkey.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Elf. Oh boy, that's going to be a fun one. Getting into that Christmas spirit. Okay, this brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to our iBUG Byte segment. Sandhya is going to be playing a recording, and this byte is 3 quick tips on how to navigate from one app to another, going forwards or backwards to another app while using your phone. And you can do this in John's circumstances where he's on a phone call and you want to navigate, flip from one app to another, take notes as he had in mind, or go to your Messages app or your email app or something along those lines. Or if you're just sitting around playing with your phone, which was how I came up with this idea. And these are just some quick ways to go from one app to another. So with that, Sandhya, if you want to go ahead and let it rip, go right ahead. Hi, folks. Pete here. In this byte, I want to review some navigational techniques, 3 quick tips to switch from app to app, forwards and backwards. I've been playing with my phone for an hour or so now, and the most recent apps that I have used are as follows.
WhatsApp, Messages, Newsify.
Now, I visited quite a few more apps than those, but I want to use those just for purposes of this demonstration. I am currently in the WhatsApp app.
WhatsApp, active, Music Lovers.
This is a WhatsApp group called Music Lovers.
Message from maybe. Hi everybody, I won't have time to announce the songs.
So I want to return to the app that I used immediately prior to the WhatsApp app. Of course, the most basic way to do this is to close the app and return to the home screen. We all know how to do this, but it may not be the quickest and most efficient way to return to a previous app. Maybe a quicker way will be to use our app switcher. Those of you who use a phone with a home button will press that home button 2 times rapidly, and you'll hear VoiceOver announce app switcher. For phones without a home button, you merely slide 1 finger straight up from the bottom middle of the screen until you've heard your 3rd tone and felt your 3rd haptic vibration, like this.
App switcher.
Just a note here, Apple's built-in VoiceOver tutorial that's contained in your VoiceOver settings indicates that you should slide your finger up until you hear your 2nd tone or feel your 2nd haptic tap. I believe that Apple considers the first tone that you heard a moment ago here when I activated my app switcher to be a preliminary and essentially a non-existent tone. So play with it and you'll find out how it works for you. Once you've activated the app switcher, you can flick left or right and see all of your open apps in the order you've used them. And in order to return to one of those apps, you merely perform a single finger double tap. I want to open my Messages app, 1 finger double tap.
Messages, Conversations, Group.
But there's a couple more techniques that you can use to navigate between apps. The next one I'll demonstrate is a 4-finger swipe to the left or right. Remember, I'm currently in my Messages app. I want to go back to my WhatsApp app. So to navigate to the previous app used, I will perform a 4-finger swipe from left to right on the screen, just like this.
WhatsApp, 2, back button.
And to go to the app I used before WhatsApp, I swipe from left to right again.
Newsify, show subscriptions, button.
And to open the Newsify app, one finger double tap.
Show subscriptions. Apple at work. Even in enterprise competition, the smartest companies know when to partner.
When I'm done reading that article, I want to return to WhatsApp, so I'll swipe in the opposite direction. I'll swipe from right to left with 4 fingers.
WhatsApp, 2, back button.
And I want to continue on to my Messages app, so I'll swipe one more time.
Messages, edit, button.
And of course, to open my Messages app, one finger double tap.
Select Messages, button, edit, button, conversations. Patrick, pinned.
This is my son, Patrick, the guitarist. He shared a link with me about a remarkable acoustic guitarist. I'll double tap on Patrick's conversation.
Messages, Patrick Lane, YouTube, video player.
I double tapped on the link and it took me directly into YouTube. This is a video by a guitarist named Marson. Let's just listen to a little bit.
So, after a decade of making music, I realized that no matter what I say, everyone thinks I'm fake. And that the way that I play is just it's not real. But it is. I'm playing the bass with my left hand, and my right hand is free. So what I'm going to do to complete the rhythm section is use my right hand right now. But all of my fingers are free, so I'm gonna add a snare. Like
So I'm done listening to this YouTube video, as good as it is, and I want to get back to my Messages app. Well, we've covered several ways to do that, but there's another one that's intended exclusively when that app sent you to your current app. All I have to do is touch in the status bar, touch the top left portion of that status bar, and we'll find
Return to Messages, button, status bar item.
This feature is called Return to Previous App Used, and it is available whenever you are taken to a secondary app from the initial app. In my case, the link that I opened initially was in my Messages app, and it automatically took me to YouTube. Apple has built in this feature in the status bar to take users right back to their initial app. All I need to do is do a one-finger double tap.
Messages.
And it takes me right back to the specific text where the link originally appeared. We've explored 3 alternative ways to navigate back to an app that we previously used before. We've looked at the app switcher, the 4-finger swipe left and right, and finally, a really handy shortcut, the button in our status bar to return to the previous app used. Hope this helped. Now let's open it up for questions. All right, Jules, if you would allow folks to come off mute, we'll entertain any questions.
This is John. Great
Yeah, John.
ideas, Pete. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions? No problem.
This is Cindy.
Yes, Cindy.
When you got the app switcher and you're going to a different app, the one that's open before you go to a different app, you need to put that on pause or stop. Is that correct?
Like if you're playing music or something?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
music or Bard, you've got to shut it down a little bit before you start going to other apps,
Yeah,
correct?
because if you're playing music or Bard, it'll continue even when you're going into another app from your app switcher. So yeah.
Right. And then you said when the app switcher, you could swipe right or left to go to other apps. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then the swipe, I thought it was 3 fingers, and it's not easy. So maybe it's because I'm supposed to be doing 4.
That
So
would
thank
explain it. Yeah, it works
Yeah,
a lot
thank
better when
you.
you use 4.
Yeah, thank you so much.
When you're in that app switcher, Cindy, all of the apps that you've used during that session will appear there. So you can just flick left or right and go through them all until
That's
you get to the
great.
one you want.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Other questions?
Robert,
Yeah, Robert?
let's say you've just answered a phone call and you haven't had any other apps open and you need to go to your calendar or your notes, how do you do that?
Robert, I think the only way you'll be able to do that, since you don't have any previous apps open, you'll just have to close the phone and go back to your home screen, which you can. You can get out of the phone screen, and then you just go to your home screen and go to the app that you want to go to and tap on it and open it fresh.
Oh, so I just swipe up and then I'll get my
I
screen.
believe so. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong here? If you close the phone app while you're on a call, will it
Brad.
disconnect? Yeah, Brad.
You just minimize it. You're not closing the app. You just swipe up till that first pop let go, and now you're on your home
You're
screen.
back
Then
on
open
your
the
home
app.
screen. Yep.
Okay,
And
got
the phone call stays connected.
Good.
Randy.
Thanks, Brad. Yeah, Randy.
Actually, when you're on a phone call, you have two things that are open. One is phone and one is phone call with. And so as long as you don't close the phone call with, then you can close the phone.
Okay.
Because you can close the phone because you still have the window that says phone call with, and that's the active app that's on the call.
Okay. Good. Any other questions?
Val.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the swiping left or right with the four fingers, does that work on phones with the home button too, or
Yes.
do you have to have? Okay.
Works on all phones. Yep. Even with the home button. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
And the status bar item, which is returned to the previous app used, is only there when you were taken to the secondary app by way of a primary app. Like in my case, the Messages app the link sent me to YouTube. But if you went to that secondary app on your own, that status bar item will not be there. You would only then have the app switcher or the four-finger swipe left or right.
It's Robert.
Yes, Robert.
I have never been able to get that four-finger swipe to work for me, and I'm not sure exactly why. Should it work from anywhere? Like, should you just be able to do it from your home screen and go back to a previous app that was open? I don't know why it doesn't work for me.
I turn my phone sideways so I can fit all my fingers flush on the phone, simultaneous, and then just start on the left or the right side and swipe left or right or left, respectively.
All right, I'll keep playing with it. Thanks.
Yeah, good luck. Gary.
Yeah, I think, and I've had the problems with it, but I spread my fingers out a little more. I'd be sure they're spread out a little bit more than maybe normal.
Robert, a thought. I was in the Messages. What was I in? I think I was in the Messages app. Was not on the home screen per se when I did my four-finger swipes. I think I was in the respective app and I went to the previous app. So if you're on your home screen, Robert, that may be why it's not flicking you to the previous individual app.
Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah, I was just talking about going from app. If you're in an app,
Right.
you want to go to another one.
Right. Yeah, but Robert was having difficulty with his four-finger swipes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had mentioned that he doing it from the home screen, and I don't think it works.
Oh, I don't think you
from
can
the
do
home
it from
screen.
there.
Yeah, you have to do from one app to the previous app.
This is Sandhya.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Gary was saying. I was not able to do it, but I think if you turn it at an angle a little bit, I don't know. I was trying it right now as we spoke, and the first few times it didn't work, but when I swipe at an angle,
A little bit
from
of an
the
angle.
corner up, then it worked.
This is John.
Yeah, John.
I just wanted to try to help Robert by saying that if he finds the four-finger gesture difficult to do left and right, maybe he can assign a different gesture.
Okay, that's outside of the purview of this particular demo of this byte, but I'm sure Robert is aware of that. But thank you, John. Always with the options. Always like those alternatives. Thank you, John.
This is Terry.
Yes, Terry.
I too, even if I'm not in the home screen, am not having good luck with the four-finger swipe left or right gesture. I have an SE 2020 phone. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I'm not able to get it to work, even not on the home screen. So,
okay. Well, again, some tips, like Sandhya said, try a slight angle from a
I
corner
have.
to a corner. And I turn my phone sideways, so I'm actually dragging my fingers up down from whatever edge I'm starting on. And that way I can fit the 4 fingertips side by side and swipe down kind of like a rake instead of trying to do it sideways.
This is Sri.
Yeah, Sri.
So just a friendly reminder is you don't have to have all the fingers, parallel with each other. You could, like the way I do it is I have my middle finger and my ring finger above, and then my index finger and my pinky below it. So it's almost like, they don't have to be, parallel. They can just be 4 fingers, any 4 fingers touching the screen and swiping
in 4 different spots. Yep.
That's right.
Exactly. Not necessarily all parallel.
That's right.
This is Robert.
Yes, Robert.
Yeah, I got it to work. My problem was I was trying to do it from the home screen, but it works fine
so. Yeah.
for me if you're in an app and you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
This is Cindy.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask a question? So I use the swiping on the home page to go to page 2 and 3, but you're saying it will also work. Huh?
That's your 3 finger.
Okay, got it. That's what I thought.
When you're going from page 1 to 2 to 3 in reverse order, that's your 3 finger swipe left and right.
Right, and that doesn't work in all apps as far as turning pages.
No, that's just to switch home screens only. This demo is to switch from app to the previous app. Like if you were in your Messages app and you wanted to go back to the app you used before, like your Mail app. Yeah, but not home screens. The 4 fingers from app to app, and the home screen is the 3 finger. 2 different gestures.
Can I ask an unrelated byte question about turning pages?
Let's hold that until we get back to the general.
Okay, never mind.
General question. Thanks. You can add that to your list of other questions.
Thanks.
Who's got a fresh question on the
This is Marty.
Yeah, Marty.
When I'm in the app switcher, I just use 1 finger to go from app to app, and that seems to work.
Once you've activated, good point, Marty. Yeah, once you've activated the app switcher, the 4 finger swipe was unrelated to the app switcher. It was a second alternative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the app switcher, you can just flick from one app to the next with just your left and right 1 finger flick.
Okay.
Yeah, but without invoking the app switcher, you can go from your current app to your previous app or the next app using the 4 finger swipe without the app switcher.
This is Desi.
Hey, Desi.
Hey, I just got in here. But I was going to say that I have never used, I don't know if this is what you were talking about, so forgive me, but I have never used 3 fingers ever to even invoke the app switcher. I always just swipe up with 1 finger and hear the 3, do, 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 and that's all I have to do.
Right. That's what I said. Yeah,
Okay.
we did not say the 3 fingers had nothing to do with the app switcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember way back long ago in the before times, they had you use more than 1 finger to do app switcher stuff. But
I
you
think
really
you're
don't have
thinking
to.
about Control Center and
No.
Notification Center? Oh, okay.
No, this was before all that. But anyway, sorry,
Okay.
didn't mean to muddy the waters.
No problem. Just to point out the note that I put in the demo, and Sri and I talked about this briefly earlier. I said to invoke the app switcher on a phone without a home button. You slide your 1 finger up from the center of the screen up until you go to the 3rd tone. It goes tick, 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 and it's the 3rd tone. But then when I checked the voiceover tutorial, which is in the voiceover settings screen, it said you only go to the 2nd haptic. So again, I think they consider that first little tone to be not a tone or something. So don't count necessarily religiously. Just try two tones or 3 tones, and one of them, once you lift your finger, you'll know you're there when VoiceOver says app switcher.
This is John.
Yes, John.
I know we're kind of getting off, but since you brought that up, when you hold your finger after you do the pops, it actually VoiceOver gives you the verbal feedback, like lift 4, and it tells you which one it is.
Mm-hmm. Good. Right. Yeah. Play with it. Good. All right. Anything else? Any other questions on the demo? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to our next really cool feature. It is what? What week are we in the month? Anybody want to hazard a guess?
Yes, Robert.
Yes, Robert.
Toys.
We are in the fourth week of the month. Exactly, Robert. Right on.
iToys.
iToys.
Yay, we get to
Introducing,
play
ladies
with
and
toys.
gentlemen, we have our iToys guy. Herbie, you're on, my friend.
Thank you. I'm here every fourth Monday, let me tell you. All right, so today this is going to be one of those ones that I don't have any current hands-on experience with, but it is one of the latest accessories that is a must-have for the iPhone, and that is the AirPods Pro 3. And, yes, not to be confused with the AirPods 4. Those are regular AirPods, but these are the Pros that have more advanced features. What do they have? Well, I'm so glad you asked. First of all, they are now supposed to fit better into your ears. So, a redesign. They also have better acoustics with the way they sound. Also, they are supposed to have both better transparency and better noise cancellation than the AirPods Pro 2. So if you thought the AirPods Pro 2 noise cancellation was very good, try the AirPods Pro 3. And if you really want to test it out, come to Houston and hop aboard one of our paratransit vehicles, and that'll tell you if the noise cancellation is effective or not. I know this from personal Anyway, but they also have now heart rate sensors, so they can do some heart rate tracking, and also they have some more hearing health functionality. And finally, and this could definitely be a useful thing to have, is automatic live translation. So apparently now when somebody talks to you in a different language, they will automatically translate what that person is saying. Of course, in my situations, it's usually people just talking to me in broken English, so I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to test out these features when I get the new AirPods, but anyway, those are the AirPods Pro 3. They clock in at $249. Or on the Apple Store app, you can make 6 months worth of payments that are around $46. I'm sure you'll find some Black Friday deals on them on like Amazon or whatever. I have not looked because they're going on my Christmas list, but they definitely sound like they are really cool. And first of all, before we go into any questions, is there anybody with actual hands-on experience with them that would like to make any additional comments? What you think?
This is Marie.
Ben? Yes, Marie.
I recently got some AirPods 3, and I have tried several different versions of the AirPods, and I have never been able to keep them reliably in my ears, and I have not liked them. I gave them all away to my daughter, but I decided to try the Pro 3, and I got to tell you, they stay in my ear. Absolutely the best of any AirPods. The sound is phenomenal. I haven't been able to use all of the features yet, but I'm thrilled with them. The first AirPods that I have really liked.
So I guess I have to ask, though I'm afraid to ask this question, when you've given your previous AirPods to your daughter, so that means they've gotten the ones that have been in your ears? Okay,
Yes.
All right, well, talk about a mother-daughter relationship, folks. But,
that's right. Hey, they're cleanable.
All right. Just more than we wanted to know, I know. But I had to ask. I had to.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No, yeah, I really didn't.
Completely
I have
voluntary.
not tried. I haven't tried the noise reduction because I personally don't like it. I'm totally blind, live alone, and I have some hearing deficiency anyway. I don't like noise cancellation. I like to be able to hear what's going on around me. So the transparency mode works great.
Well, like I said, the real trick is come to Houston and board one of our paratransit vehicles, especially if it's the big buses. And one of the things, in addition
then you
to
want noise cancellation.
You'll want noise cancellation then, because in addition to being rattled around, they have their radios blasting, so you'll literally hear, and so that's a great way to test out the noise cancellation. You really want it then. And if you want to know how loud it is, you can I can have you can hear the radios blasting like inside my apartment, which is upstairs, and they'll be parked downstairs, and there's Metrolift, there's their radios, and then they're beeping when they're backing up. So yeah. Anyway,
this is Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
I've had them for a while, and I like them a lot. They have more of the silicone tips than the other ones. I think the other ones have 4, and these ones
6,
have
actually.
4 extra, and they come with 1 pair, obviously, on them already.
Right.
So they go from pretty big to tiny, so they fit all sizes. I think the sound is fabulous. I do not lose them, which I lost the other ones all the time. And the case is bigger. And when you drop, and not horribly bigger, but it is bigger. And when you drop it, the AirPods do not jump out like jumping beans, and you can never find them again.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Apple probably got the memo, hey, we've been replacing too many lost AirPods.
Yeah. I mean, I drop these things all the time, and I was like, oh, there they go. And the both AirPods were still in the case. So
right, that's impressive. So now they not only do they stay in your ear, they stay in the case better too. All right. And the case, I'm assuming, is now USB-C.
It is USB-C. And it does not have that, the button that was on the back of the AirPods Pro 2. Yeah, it doesn't have one of those.
Okay, you just flip the lid.
Yep.
All right, so there you go. Another selling point for the AirPods Pro 3. Then if you drop your case, you won't lose your AirPods as easily. All right.
And I also heard, Sarah again, sorry about that.
Yep.
I heard that if your dog happens to eat one of your AirPods, that they will not replace them, but if your dog happens to eat the case, they will replace that.
All right. Well, I've heard of the dog eating the homework, but what to do if your dog eats your AirPods? Okay, so I guess if you lose your AirPod to your dog, give him the case next time, and that way you can get... Wow, all right. I guess
Robert?
that's a case for the dog. All right, and real quick, Sarah, I'm guessing you were actually talking to us on the AirPods?
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry?
You're actually on your AirPods right now, aren't you?
I am, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Because they still sound like Bluetooth, but they definitely have a lot more bass to them, so it is harder to tell. So Apple is definitely making some improvements in that direction. All right, Robert.
Also, I only use one at a time because I'm deaf in my left ear.
All right.
So I don't know if that affects any of the sound that you're hearing.
No, that does not affect how we hear things. But I'll tell you one thing I've done with the AirPods in transparency mode is I'll have one ear open and then I'll have the other one in transparency so I can listen to something and still have both ears open. Okay, Robert.
This is Marty. Oh, God.
Yeah, we got the good Robert and then Marty.
Well, yeah, I just got the AirPods 3 last week, and I got them for $10. And so
What?
I thought that was a pretty good deal. The way that I got them for $10, all I had to do was buy a trip to Scotland next summer, and I had so much Apple Cash on my Apple Card that I only had to add $10 to get the AirPods.
So for a trip to Scotland, I was gonna say there had to be some catch.
Yeah.
So do you like them?
I do. I like them a lot. I really think the transparency mode sounds more natural and more real. Even though it's good on the AirPods Pro 2, I think it's even better on the 3. But all in all, I don't know. I was kind of expecting uh, music to just sound night and day different with the 3, and everything to be 1,000 times better. And I wouldn't say that there is just a huge difference in. I think they're better, but if you're expecting some incredible jump in quality or something, I didn't get that going from the 2 to the 3. I'm glad I got them.
Now, have you listened to any music in Dolby Atmos yet?
I actually did a little bit, and they probably are. I mean that's probably a real advantage.
Yeah, I mean, because that's definitely. So before we go into any more comments, I want to hear now from anybody who does not have them that has questions.
This is Marty.
Yes, Marty.
So my question, I guess Robert or Sarah could answer. Since there is no button on the case, how do you pair them to a non-Apple device, like a Victor Stream? Because the other ones, you pressed in the button for 5 seconds or whatever, and that. How do you put them in pairing mode, I guess, for a non-Apple device?
This is Sarah. I just opened the case, and I think initially I may have gone into Bluetooth, and double tapped on the AirPod. But when you first get them,
well, I understand the first pair, yeah. But I'm talking about if you have them paired to an Apple device and you want to pair them to an additional device.
You would probably, I'm not totally to an additional device. If it's all Apple and your Apple is sharing, it usually goes to the next one.
He's talking about the third-party devices like the Victor.
Say the NLS player or something like that.
That I have no idea.
Okay.
But what I can say is that when you first put them on, when you first try them, it will take you through a lot of information. So it will let you set up the translation. You can get whatever language you want on there. It will want to set up your hearing. It will want to pair it. It will take you through much more than the 2s did. It's extensive.
So I can definitely think of some things to try. One is, lift the lid up and keep both AirPods in and see if, that puts them in the pairing mode. The other thing you could do is turn off Bluetooth on your phone and see if that does the trick. Also, make sure when you pair them to your phone, you switch it, you set it in the Bluetooth so that way instead of going to the preferred device, it's set to always connect to this device. And that'll keep it from trying to switch, and that might make things more stable. And, of course, you can do everything on the iPhone that you can do on those third-party players, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Well, when I get them, I will attempt that, and when I learn how to do it, I will report back.
All right. And if all else fails, ask ChatGPT how to put them in pairing mode for a third-party device. All right. Who's next? Who does not have them and has a question?
Robert. The other Robert.
The other Robert. All right.
Bad Robert. I have the Pro 2s, and they occasionally slip out. I'm wondering whether it's worth another $250 to go to the Pro 3 just to get a better fit.
Well, the other Robert or Sarah, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is Sarah.
Yep.
And my other ones did fall out all the time, and I got these. It costs $7, I think, to get 3 pairs of silicone straps to put on my AirPods Pro 2, and I stopped losing them. So you could go $7 or you could go $250 extra, depending on your bank.
Thank you.
but they do stay in better.
All right.
I'm not sure how worth it is for you.
This is Tim.
Andy.
All right, Tim.
My suggestion would be the Comply AirPod Pro ear tips, which you can buy from Amazon or so forth. It's a set of foam ear tips that are compatible with the AirPods Pro 1 or 2, actually. And I've found that they have a much better fit for me. And they're a foam. They're not the thin piece of silicon like the AirPod, like the tips that Apple itself provides.
All right. Okay.
Andy.
Yes. Last
Can you hear me?
question. Yep, we hear you.
So yeah, I have a question. I have the AirPods 2, but what I've heard about the AirPods 3 is that the stem is not nearly as pronounced as it is on the older versions. And I'm just wondering how much smaller is it, and is it more trickier to manipulate, trying to use the buttons, or are they more easier to fumble and drop because they're so small?
This is Sarah.
Yes.
At the risk of talking too much, they are not harder to manipulate at all. They're just as easy. And I don't really notice the shortness or length. So that is not one of the things I paid attention to, but definitely I can raise the volume. I can turn, I can pick up phones with them, and I can do everything just as easily as I could with the other ones.
All right, very good.
Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, the answer on the, I think it's Marty, about pairing with a non-Apple device.
Yep.
So, yeah, the old ones had the button on the back that you would press and hold. This has a capacitive button, a touch on the front side, just right there where the case closes. You can feel like a little indentation. And you would just, with the AirPods in the case, you kind of double tap on that little area, and that'll put it in pairing mode.
All right, there you go.
Oh, thank you.
That's simple. All right, excellent. Okay, anybody new on this particular topic? All right, well, here's some earwax for you, Pete, and I'll give it back to you.
He's here every night, ladies and gentlemen. Same time, same bat channel. Thank you, Herbie. And we've got a few minutes left for general Q&A. Joe, I think you were getting ready to ask a general question. You want to go ahead and pop it on us now? Joe? All right, well, let's open it up to anyone else who has a question.
This is John.
Any topic. Yes, John.
Just a quick comment since we were talking about AirPods. So more generally, I like AirPods and Beats, like the accessories under the Apple line, because you can do the audio sharing. So if you and let's say someone else has Apple or Beats, you can listen to the same audio from the same source, whether it's like an iPhone or an Apple TV. So in line of, I think, was it Robert with the Apple TV question? Happy wife, happy life. You can listen together if you don't want to listen to your TV or HomePod speakers.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, not just iOS advice around here, people. Marital advice. Thank you, John. Who's got a fresh question for us?
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, has anybody figured out a workaround to, I think mainly in Mail app is where I notice it, to page up or page down when you're have an email open, trying to read it. I mean, you can swipe and just read the whole thing, but if you want to swipe down to get to a attachment or something like that, then
this is Brad.
I've had to turn off voiceover to get to it.
Did you follow me? Oh, I know that in iOS 26.1 there is a bug that I have been told about, and I am experienced myself, that you cannot use a 3-finger swipe to scroll through an email. If you can get to that little sidebar, you may be able to flick to it. What I have been doing when I want to get to the bottom is I have been using a 4-finger single tap, which moves to the bottom, of course. Mm-hmm. And then there's some, the search thing is at the bottom. I put my finger on it and I flick to the left, and then I get to, I'm able to get out of the search and into the bottom of the email. I don't know if that helps you with what you're trying to do, but I detected this once 26.1 came out, and it is pretty consistent. So hopefully Apple will fix it and it will return to its normal behavior in the next update.
I think I noticed that now that you guys are talking about it.
Yeah, it's a bug.
In an open email.
Mm-hmm.
There's a workaround, Michael. There's a thought.
Yeah, the sidebar thing. But doesn't the 4-finger tap at the bottom only takes you to the bottom of the page that's being displayed at the time?
Brad?
It takes you to this is Brad. Mm-hmm. It takes me to the bottom. I'm able to get to the end of the email. Okay. Yes, it's because I tap in the email near the bottom of the screen. Yeah. Yes, then I have to put my finger on the bottom of the the search bar that's down there, or the buttons that are down there, right, and flick to the left. But I notice that if I don't do the 4-finger tap, I'm not able to access the end of the email. I have to do that. That's just a workaround that I figured out, and that says worked pretty consistently for me.
I'll have to try that. Yeah, I thought I did the 4-finger, but it seemed like it was just taking me to the current whatever was being displayed.
Flick left is what I was.
Yeah, flick left and back into the body.
Yeah.
This is flick out and then get to the buttons at the bottom, and then flick back into the body. Yes, Ray.
Well, Michael, just a question. So are you trying to access, the quick way to access the attachments?
Yeah, trying to get to the bottom.
You could change the rotor to forms and then flick down. It'll take you to attachments.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. Okay.
Right.
Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah, a comment on that bug. I have noticed it on, the Overcast app in particular also. So I don't know if it's a global bug or just in those two, instances.
Yeah, this is Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
The bug I'm talking about is specific to the Mail app.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was trying to do, flick up with 3 fingers on the Overcast app, and it wouldn't do it there either. I was curious if anybody noticed that anywhere else.
I have not. It's worked everywhere else except in the body of an email for me.
Hey, this is Brad with something else.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Michael mentioned the capacitive button in the case of the new AirPods Pro 3. Mm-hmm. I have AirPods Pro 4, and they're supposed to have the same thing. And I've been feeling around with a fingernail for a real button, but I just now was sitting there playing with mine, and I did what Michael said. I just tapped it with my fingernail, and sure enough, the thing made a little ding. So it is there.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, Marty, down the road. All right. Fresh question. We got time for one more.
This is Tim.
Yes, Tim.
I want to know, is there a way to be able to filter out in the Messages app junk text messages so that I just don't get them or receive them? Because I get text messages, spam messages, like every day, every other day from one particular number that I constantly delete or junk, but it doesn't help.
This is
Herbie.
Let's go with Herbie. Go ahead, Herbie.
Are you running the latest iOS?
I have not updated to iOS 26 yet.
Okay, then that's the first thing you need to do. And one of the reasons why is with iOS 26, we now have a set of filters. and one of them is spam. And what it does is messages that are flagged as spam go into that spam filter. And unless you check it, it'll just sit there and get deleted automatically after, I forget the exact amount of days. But updating to iOS 26 is very likely going to solve your problem.
Thank
Brad?
you. Into
Okay.
that.
Anything to add, Brad?
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
did. Harry is correct. You have to have iOS 26. And I did a BuzzBite on this a few weeks ago. And there is, once you're in iOS 26, there is a filter button in the upper right. And there is not only a spam, there is an unknown sender, unknown number filter. There's two of them. And I have, we're both on by default. You can get to them by going into your messages, settings for your messages app. And it's in there and you can find it and you can enable both of these spam filter or unknown sender filter. I notice in 26.1, they have by default now have unknown sender turned off. I don't know why, but they were both turned on by default in 26.0. But of course, if you update now, you're going to be on 26.1. And then, of course, you'll get that wonderful mail bug we were just talking about. But the unknown, the spam and the unknown sender is very nice. There's also in the filter button, that's where they've moved where you can access deleted items now.
Mm-hmm.
They moved it to filters, but there's also a button at the bottom. God, I can't remember how it's labeled, but it will take you directly to your mail settings and to the setting for the unknown senders and the spam. So if you haven't updated, go ahead and do it. It's nice. It's got some nice features.
All right.
This is Shree.
That is the final word, unless you have one last word on this, Shree.
Yeah, I was just testing the mail. It looks like if my voiceover focus is on the vertical scroll, then I can do a 3-finger swipe up or down to scroll page by page.
Okay.
On the mail app.
Good. Back to Michael's issue. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sri. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the last word for the night. I want to thank you all for coming in and being so participative. Just a reminder, coming up this week, tomorrow night from 5 till 6 Central is the iBUG Mini Buzz. Questions on hardware attached to our iOS device, including smart glasses, Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses and other smart glasses, other hardware and home devices. Later tomorrow night from 7 until 8:30, Mac and Talk. Any questions relating to your Mac? And same Zoom link here. Nothing on Wednesday. Thanksgiving is Thursday. Enjoy a festive holiday. And then we'll be right back here on movie night for our pre-movie activities at 7 Central for Name That Tune and Joke Time. And then our movie will begin at 8 o'clock sharp, which will be Elf. And a good Christmas movie to get us back into the holiday spirit. And then we're free for the weekend. Be right back here next Monday night. So thanks again, everybody. And I will now turn it over, Jules, if you'll stop the recording.